First off, yes, I got new eyeglasses today. Second of all, why is Chupp ordering... Judge Chupp may have flipped the script on the case. Why? He's demanding that both sides and a mutual third-party representative, have a mediation meeting. What this means is, both sides have to come to a compromise by October 3rd, or he'll make his decision on the next day. Personally, I'm split on this. On the one hand, Chupp, you already made your bed, so sleep in it. Wait until the 6th to get the repeals done. On the other hand, this could be the break we need. That ISWV needs. I said, and when he first gave that stupid verdict that let Jamie walk and threw most of the other charges out the window, that I was mad, and I would have gone all persistent widow on his ass. I.e., I would have heckled John Chupp, with the Give Vic Justice hashtag until he caved in. Now, that's as far as I was going to go in pestering his ass. In bugging him. Get back. Basically, after getting threats from both sides, one for not dropping all the charges, and the other for dropping those on getting threats on both sides, at least from what I can understand, and from representatives on both sides. Yes, it's rather ironic and shocking that Judge Chupp got death threats from Vic, and I wouldn't. Mostly because of the fact he didn't drop 3 of the charges. They didn't drop every charge, which baffles me. On the other hand, when we got pissed at him for dropping most of the charges, it was justifiable. Vic just wanted to destroy everything in their path. Simple as that. Nevertheless, this mediation may not go over well. In any case, in 16 days, that mediation meeting has to come to fruition. If neither side can come to a compromise, then the next day the book's getting thrown regardless of who's right or wrong. Now, my heart wants both sides. My head is telling both sides to be stubborn. It is saying that both sides are going to be stubborn in this and not concede to what the judge wants. I.e., they don't want to compromise. They're not going to compromise this situation. But my heart is pleading, nay, demanding that both sides put an end to this. Ron and Monica admit their wrongdoing and back off, give Vic his financial compensation for their slander, and he leaves them alone. And he leaves Funimation never to return at most. Because let's face it, that's as much Vic is going to get. Otherwise, we go to the appeals. Oh, and Nick and Ty, little word of advice. Use the Liberty City AnimeCon contract. That was one that Vic didn't get to go to. He was pretty much thrown out because Monica and Ron told, or in that case, threatened the con operator in New York City to not bring him in. And even if this mediation bears fruit, it does end up bearing fruit. Successfully bears fruit. What are the odds Monica and Ron are not... The odds are slim to none that Monica and Ron are not gonna go back to what they've been doing to get Vic ousted. I would know because because the next con that I know of Vic is set to go to is Holly Hill Comic Con in Mebane, North Carolina on Saturday, November the 16th. It's at the Mebane Arts and Community Center, sponsored by Brothers Vintage Toys and Games. And that's probably going to be one of the smallest cons Vic is going to go to. He just recently got back from Rochester Comic Con in upstate New York. Who's to say he's going to get his contract at Holly Hill threatened? Now, granted, Monica and Ron aren't going to threaten niche cons like, say, Bubba Fest, Tupelo Con, Rochester Comic Con, Central Pennsylvania Comic Con. I highly doubt they'll even threaten Holly Hill Comic Con. They'll usually threaten the major anime cons. Ichiban Con, Galaxy Con, Matsuri, MTAC, Sakura Con, Anime Boston, Kineticon, QCA Con. Okay, granted, in that case, I've been pushing for Vic to be brought in next year, and that hasn't gone over well. Heck, he's not even being invited to a con. In January, he's been a linchpin to since Ichiban Con 2, since its second run in 2011, that being Ichiban Con. He's not even being invited to Triad Con next year, to the best of my knowledge. He's definitely not going to Animation or Carolina Galaxy Con, that's for sure, after what happened this year. But still, at this point, we need a neutral party to get both sides on the same page. Because if Funimation continues to be a bunch of stubborn asses like they are, they're just ruining their reputations even further. Because, let's face it, to Monica, Jamie, Sabat, Schemmel, you've ruined your reputations as is with how you've been acting lately. Whatever fans you thought you had, all but the most zealotous and diehard are gone. They've either given up on you or flat out hop ship to ISWV because they know what kind of scumbag dogs you are. Because they know what kind of people they are. You know how you people are. You know how they say, never meet your heroes or you'll come to regret it? Well, for those people, they have come to regret meeting you. And I am so glad I have never met any of you four. I'm glad I've met people like Lucy, like Derek, like Chuck, like Johnny, like Richard. And especially Vic. And maybe even Kira. Buckland, for those wondering. I'm glad I actually got to meet those people. Before the corruption and rot within Funimation and Rooster Teeth started to rear its ugly head. Kristen Bell didn't really get to know her that well when I met her at Ichiban 2018 when she and Vic did that Root Beat panel together. And Kristen hasn't been in Rooster Teeth all that long, to the best of my knowledge. I believe it says in Proverbs 27:6, "Faithful be the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful." And Vic has been told this stuff and wounded by it. By Chuck at minimum by Chuck. And been kissed by deceitful people like you, Monica. Chuck was the friend who was faithful to the core, as was Todd. As is Todd Abercorn, who I haven't met yet. And probably won't ever get to meet until I'm off the list of several cons in the state and across the state of North Carolina. Nevertheless, I stand with Vic, now then forever. Smash the like button with all your strength, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel. Mets2128 signing out. Goodbye! And good night. Bang!